Straight ahead on WBKB, a homicide investigation is underway in Oscoda. Plus, security is tight in the nation's capital and how you can help clean up one local beach. You're watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 6 starts now.
Live from Alpena, Michigan, this is WBKB 11 Evening News. With news anchors Sherry Stewart and sports director Tyler Cruz. This is your up-to-date and continuing coverage on local news, weather, and sports. These are the stories that matter and the news that affects you most. This is WBKB 11 Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Stewart. Few details have been released regarding a homicide investigation underway in Oscoda. Township police say they were dispatched early Friday to a home on Cedar Lake Road just north of F41. It was reported that a human foot was protruding from a garbage bag. At the home, officers located a 3-year-old child who was deceased. They say foul play was suspected and a suspect has been arrested. Authorities say they are not releasing any additional information at this time, including the identity of the suspect. And we will continue to keep you updated on this story. The temporary fencing is back in the nation's capital as law enforcement braces for Saturday's rally in support of the January 6th rioters. Members of the National Guard are on standby as the Department of Homeland Security warns of online threats of violence. Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill.
Washington, D.C. is on high alert one day before supporters hold a much-anticipated rally for those arrested in connection with the January 6th storming of the Capitol. CBS News has obtained a Department of Homeland Security bulletin warning it is aware of a small number of recent online threats of violence connected to the rally and found online discussions encouraging violence the day before. According to the bulletin, social media users discussed storming the Capitol the night before the rally, and other references to violence included using the rally to target Jewish institutions, elected officials, and liberal churches.
We're not going to tolerate violence, and we will not tolerate criminal behavior of any kind.
U.S. Capitol Police say they're most concerned about the potential of clashes between protesters and counter-protesters.
In my opinion, that's the most likely scenario for violence.
Fences will be up here at the Capitol and Supreme Court until Sunday. Security cameras are already in place and all available staff will be working. We should also mention that law enforcement officers from around Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia will be on site to assist.
We have extremely strong partnerships with all of our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners, and we are appreciative for their assistance and their collaboration going into this weekend.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has approved a request for 100 members of the Washington, D.C. National Guard to be on standby if needed. Officials say they will not be armed. Rally organizers insist Saturday's event will be peaceful, with only 700 protesters expected to attend. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Capitol Police say elected officials are not expected to participate in tomorrow's rally. An FDA advisory panel rejected Pfizer's request for COVID booster shots for Americans 16 and older. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
Hildreth voted no. Dr. Wharton voted no. Dr. Fuller voted no.
An FDA panel voted not to recommend Pfizer booster shots for people 16 and older based on the data they have currently.
I'd like to see more data before I would recommend it for a younger age group.
Supporters of boosters point to data from Israel, which showed severe cases sharply decreased in the 60 and over age group following the third dose.
If we had not started booster doses at the end of July, we would have come to the capacity of Israel hospitalization capabilities.
But some scientists question Israel's data. There's also disagreement on whether the general population needs boosters or whether it's more important to concentrate on the unvaccinated before giving third shots.
Before the FDA advisory meeting, the Biden administration had already begun preparations to roll out booster shots as early as next week.
Supply is in good shape for all Americans to get boosters as recommended.
Just this week, a group of scientists, including 2 outgoing FDA regulators, wrote an article published in The Lancet stating although the benefits of primary COVID-19 vaccination clearly outweigh the risks, widespread boosting should be undertaken only if there is clear evidence that it is appropriate.
It is not known whether there will be an increased risk of myocarditis, pericarditis, or other adverse reactions.
As the pandemic rages on, a new exhibit opened on the National Mall of more than 600,000 white flags representing those in the U.S. who have died from COVID-19.
A CDC report released this afternoon finds among the vaccines currently used in the U.S., Moderna had the highest vaccine effectiveness against COVID hospitalization with 93%. Pfizer had 88% and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine 71%. State health officials say there have been 68 new COVID-19 related deaths over the course of 2 days, Thursday and Friday. They are also reporting 5,616 new cases of the virus. And local health officials say there are no new cases today in Alpena County. Case counts for other areas are listed on your screen. The health department says they have administered 26,275 doses of COVID-19 vaccine. The free COVID-19 testing will take place this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Thunder Bay Junior High. All ages are welcome to the drive-up testing event. Saturday marks International Coastal Cleanup Day. In recognition, one local organization is asking the community to help clean up Starlight Beach. As fall approaches, the group says it's the right time to gather and take care of area waterways.
And we are going to gather here at Starlight Beach and kind of divide and conquer to clean up all of the coastline in Alpena. So we've got Starlight Beach, Mishikewas down by the harbor, and we want to kind of rally around this event to say goodbye to summer. Our beaches have been well trafficked and used.
Short says the organization has collected more than 86,000 pieces of trash since they were founded almost a year ago.
I'm really energized by the volunteers that we have with Great Lakes Great Responsibility. There's volunteers in all 5 lakes, and anybody can help contribute to that mission. It's just really like energizing and inspiring to see people take action on behalf of our Great Lakes.
Saturday, volunteers will meet at the pavilion at Starlight Beach at 10 a.m. for supplies. The coastal cleanup will last until noon, and the organization will tally the day's collection afterwards. More news ahead for you here on WBKB. Coming up, we'll have your Bagley Street Bridge update, and meteorologist Edward St. Pay will have your 7-day forecast next.